So, Jilly, so good to see you.
Well, you too, Irini. I know it's
Yes,
I,
Jilly.
I'm struggling with our sound a little bit, Irini, but it's absolutely lovely to see you, and I hope the sun is shining in Cumbria as it is in Scotland.
I think our weather is not that far apart. Um, it's been a while since we were up in Edinburgh and stayed with you and had a fabulous meal. What have you been up to since then?
Oh, well, it's been difficult, hasn't it? Well, I suppose with the lockdown, it's just been all our plans for the summer have kind of gone by the wayside. And lots of festivals and that sort of thing that we hope to be part of, and you as well, I'm sure, we can't do. But you know, it's been lovely to be at home, and I'm launching a thing tomorrow with a strawberry company in Scotland called Ava Berries. So you'll see some strawberry recipes hitting your Instagram over the next few days. And apart from that, I'm just enjoying being at home and cooking. I'm teaching online, which is an unusual experience. So I'll say hello to the students at Dollar Academy tonight. I hope some of them are watching. What about you? How's the lockdown been for you?
Hello, students. Lockdown. Actually, I've been very busy because I've been doing videos for various charities and recipe developing all the time. And of course, the publication of the book is getting traction now. So it's all going to start happening, and interviews in the press. So yeah, very busy, but it's the best way to be.
No, absolutely. I'm excited to see the book when it's in print. I've pre-ordered my copy, so it should be landing on my doorstep in July, which I'm really excited about.
And that's how friends and family should pay.
Well, I know. At least you can sign the copy for me, I hope, at some point.
I'll think about it. So what are you going to be making for us? I saw a picture with lots of ingredients.
Yeah, I'm going to do a sea bass fillet. So I went to the fishmongers today, and what was fresh I just went for. And this is sea bass fillet. I'm going to make a salsa verde, and then I'm going to have a kind of olive and tomato sauce, some Jersey royal potatoes, and a lovely glass of white wine. I'm drinking a little bit of agave tonight, Irini. I don't know, have you got something to wet your palate?
Yeah, I've got this baby. I love this grape because there's a story to it. It's called Malagusia, and many people import it. You can find it very easily in the UK. It was a lost grape, and then a professor of enology discovered it in the 70s. And it's very aromatic, but it makes a very fine, very subtle dry wine. Lovely, I love it. So cheers. Cheers, friends. Cheers, whoever.
Yes, cheers to everyone. Thank you for joining us. I have to say, Irini, I got this marvellous book. It's, I mean, I'll buy your book too, but I love this book here. I got it. It's a wine dine dictionary, and I don't know as much about wine as you, I'm sure, but it tells you, if you go through this book, it tells you everything you're going to make, and then it gives you recommendations for the sorts of wine that you can have with it. And it's honestly, I do it every single time I make a dish now. Just choose the right wine. It makes such a difference.
Oh, that sounds great. Have you got shares in it?
No. I'm just a fan. So tell me, what are you making us tonight?
So the same as you, I thought I'll cook something that is fresh. I thought I was going to do squid, and then I thought, no, I'm reserving this for next Thursday when I'm cooking with Delia, meze against tapas.
Ah, okay.
So I'm doing some monkfish tail, which we're going to fry in a butter. And I've gone all onion family and garlic family, you know, heirlooms today, because I was given some lovely green garlic from Simon Rogan's farm. And I even, you know, saved the little roots, and I used the green garlic to make an oil, and we will be making an emulsion with that. And then I dried some onions in the oven, and I sweated some shallots, and I made a shallot puree. So those flavors hopefully will complement the monkfish. But John and I, we love, you know, garlic, onion, and the oil in particular will really help to lift everything up.
Does Simon Rogan know that you come and steal some of his produce in his garden, or do you get permission?
I had to own up 2 days ago because I arrived with a big lunch platter, and his head of operations were there. And he said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm bringing lunch to the farm people because I come and take all the produce."
Oh, yeah. That's it. Bribe them, Irini. That's the idea.
So I will start. Do you remember a guy who won MasterChef in 2009 called Matt Follas? I saw the way Matt Follas makes, let's say, mayonnaise, and it's brilliant. So my emulsion is going to be made the same way. Although he uses the raw egg, I have soft boiled an egg here for 4 minutes. And to that, we are going to add all the oil all at once. Don't let me down now. So remember how we make mayonnaise, that we sit there and beat and we drizzle the oil and fuffle around for hours? This is so quick. I love it. A little bit of lemon to brighten it, you know, to jazz it up a little bit of pepper and salt. And that's all we do to that. And then we blitz it. But the secret is to catch the egg with the stick. So the egg will be exactly under the stick. Otherwise, I suppose it disperses too soon and then it doesn't thicken. So I will let it now do its thing. Sorry about that. And I'm heating up the oil. It's still...
So is it a little bit like making a mayonnaise, Irini, or is it going to be a little thinner than a mayonnaise, or similar?
It's similar. It's not like a mayonnaise. No, I don't add vinegar and I'm not adding mustard. It's more an emulsion. I just added the lemon juice because it needs it. It's just oily egg otherwise.
The colour looks amazing.
Do you see that it starts thickening already? You see, I use MasterChef as a learning ground. I'm professionals as well, and I keep taking notes from everybody. So I've got hundreds and hundreds of tips by previous winners, previous contestants. I love it. Sorry about that. So you can see it's done. Once you avoid that initial, the egg not emulsifying, then it thickens.
You can say hello to Delia if you want to.
Oh, hi Delia, are you there? So I will put that straight into a, I didn't taste, but yeah, you don't want it too salty. I tend to under-season a little bit. I don't know about you, Jilly, but I think that's a very personal thing. Some chefs over-season, some under-season. I'd rather people add it. Oops, my oil is going crazy. I'd rather people add it salt than found things too salty. So what we will do next?
Got a question what the green oil was.
It was from the green garlic that I used, and I didn't just use green garlic. Of course, Jilly and I will post our recipes tomorrow. You don't want it too garlicky, so I blended that with a bit of spinach and a bit of parsley. But it's definitely garlic enough, as garlicky as I want it. You will see the recipe tomorrow. So here we have a butter, which is very simple. Another question?
Well, we've lost Jilly, just for the time being, I'm sure, but we've
okay.
lost Jilly.
Jilly will catch up.
Yeah.
Will she come back?
We hope so.
Oh dear. Somebody in Scotland didn't like us doing this. So I will continue explaining. Here we just use some plain flour, a pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar. Again, you will see the amounts tomorrow, but it was 100 grams plain flour, 150 ml lager beer, and 7 grams of yeast. So I kept that warm, it rised, and then I kept it cool until now that I need it. So we are ready to go. Yes? Did you let her?
I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Sorry, Irini. It wasn't you. I wasn't bored. It sounded great. I think our internet connection maybe just lost us for a second.
That's how she was with me during the show. She always teased me. And
But every time that the cameras came to Irini, we always used to all the other contestants used to laugh because we said it was the Irini show, and she used to down her tools. She could make her hair look good, and she would just do a little presentation. So I'm used to it.
what are you talking about? I never wore makeup during the show. I wanted people to focus on my food. Anyway, Jilly, is there anything at all that you can do? Because this thing is new and it heated my oil a little bit too much, so I don't want to burn the fish. Can you show us a bit of some of your dish while the oil is cooling down a little bit?
Of course, yeah. So, I mean, I could make my little salsa verde if you need a moment or two.
Great.
That's something I can do ahead, and then you can jump back on.
Do you remember Hong Kong?
Yeah. So, the salsa verde is just going to be something that's going to go with my sea bass. So, it's quite simple ingredients, and it's just going to be blitzed up really quickly. I'm afraid it's going to be a little bit of noise. So the first ingredient is these anchovy fillets. Now I know a lot of people have a kind of dislike for these anchovies, but I just think they add a beautiful salty edge to a salsa verde. So I'm just going to put 4 fillets in there for just now, and then we've got some capers and cornichons, which we're just going to throw in there, and then we've got a mixture of herbs. So this is chives and some fresh mint, and then I've got also some parsley. I'm just going to use the majority of that. And then it's going to be a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And this is a sauce that's lovely with fish, but it's equally as nice with meat. So sometimes with lamb, perhaps, or even with beef. A salsa verde can just really kind of zhuzh up, I suppose, a recipe. Just put a touch of red wine vinegar in there. And then we've got some olive oil. I'm probably going to get a lecture on olive oil from Irini because she's become an olive oil expert, sommelier in recent times. That's right, a sommelier. So I didn't even know this existed, but she now is a complete convert to olive oil and everything that it can. And I'm probably using some very cheap olive oil that she won't like at all. But hopefully this will create a nice little sauce. And the herbs were pretty much chopped already, so it doesn't need a huge amount of time. I'm just going to add a little bit of lemon juice into there and give it another little blitz to finish it off. And that's really the salsa verde ready. And I say I probably won't use all of this today, but I'll keep it in the fridge and I can use it over the weekend, hopefully with something meaty perhaps. Okay, so that's the sauce ready. I'm just going to add a little bit more olive oil because I want it to be fairly loose.
It's so funny. You do it and then we hear the sound.
Yep. So that's us, and I'll keep that aside for when I cook my fish in a moment or two. How's your hot plate, Irini? Are you ready to take over?
Garden to cool, but hopefully it'll be okay. I will go and bring it. Just while I'm waiting another. Let's give it 1 more minute. It's amazing how.
We can just have a sip of wine and have a think about it, will we?
Sorry.
Just have a little drink of wine and think about it for a moment.
And the salsa verde looked amazing. And what I learned about olive oil was fascinating as a consumer, because we pay very good money to buy extra virgin olive oil, and sometimes it's even defective. You know, at that point, it's no longer extra virgin olive oil. So I hope to be doing some work with olive oil going forward and educating people, like my eyes were opened. Cheers.
Cheers.
I better go and bring the oil. I thought I would use a thermometer, but that's not a lot of use when when the machine goes crazy. Still, now it's at the right temperature. So what we'll do is we'll quickly fry the roots because they are pretty and they add a bit of crunch. I always love having different textures on the plate.
There's somebody suggesting we need to drink more wine. Fresh Funky Catering, it says more wine, please, ladies.
Okay, that's nice. Are they offering?
And there's somebody asking for our dogs as well, but I think it's just as well. I think Kirsty Flanagan there is asking for where's Lucy and Steffi, but I think we've had to shut them away in case they sabotage the events.
I didn't hear what the question was about.
It was actually about my dogs.
Oh, your dogs. That's it.
But they've been shut away. They've been shut away, so it's no good. So tell me, so what is it you're frying there, Irini? The roots?
Yes, they're very crunchy. They're lovely. All I do is add a little bit of salt, and then you will see them plate it up. It's just another dimension on the plate, really. So we are ready with the monkfish. And what we do is, first of all, a little bit of flour. You don't cut them too big because you want them to cook very quickly. So otherwise they're beautiful and crunchy on the outside and inside they are not cooked. My hands are clean. In MasterChef Greece they wear gloves, but in the UK we don't because we were told that more germs can gather on gloves than in naked hands. So actually,
I suppose you're frying that in very hot oil, really, as well, aren't you? So what kind of oil are you using? Are you going for olive oil, or is that the heating temperature not high enough for that?
Always olive oil.
Always olive oil.
Always extra virgin olive oil, because it imparts a lot of flavor on whatever you're cooking with. And you know they talk about olive oil having a low smoke point. That's right, a low smoke point. In domestic kitchens, we never go too high in temperature to be worried about that. In restaurants, they will go to 210, 220, but actually in a house kitchen, you know, this is 175. It should be 180, but then it reduced a little bit too much outside. It doesn't matter.
That's really interesting. It's really interesting, really, because when you read most things about deep frying, everyone always says, "Oh, don't use olive oil. You know, you won't get the high."
Yeah, that's one thing that we learned in the seminar. And I love, as I say, obviously, when you use it like this, it loses a few of the polyphenols, which are actually what is good for your health. Inevitably, you lose some, but still, the olive oil gives whatever you cook a lot of flavor.
And do you tend to use only Greek olive oil, or do you move around, or?
You know, obviously now being an olive oil sommelier, I really need to try. And I tried the other day, Delia would love this, an olive oil from Spain called Picual. The olive is called that, Picual. Oh my God, amazing. I want to try loads, but in Greece we're very lucky because 80% of our olive oil production is already organic. And there are many organic olive oils now from Greece at very competitive prices in supermarkets. I keep banging on about the supplier whom I love because I know how they go about choosing their produce, called Odissea, but they have very competitively priced oils in UK supermarkets.
And you mentioned the other day that you said to Delia and I that we could come across to Greece, but we were saying it's the first time we've been invited, and it happens to be a travel lockdown at the moment. Is that something will change next year?
Well, that's why I did it. The generous, hospitable Greek. I would love you to come to Crete, to our own little village, and have other people cook for the three of us. Would that be fun?
It would be amazing, amazing.
So we're getting there. No, my cameraman is saying, what about him? In fact, your camera person is saying the same. We'll think about taking.
So do you think you'll get to travel to Greece this summer, really, or do you think it's going to be another few months till you can?
Who knows? I had a big memorial service for my mom from her passing in July. And that's why we postponed the publication of the book to the 23rd of July. But I just don't see it.
But you've dedicated the book to your mum, haven't you?
Sorry?
The acknowledgement that you've dedicated the book to your mum.
Sorry, now my own noise and I can't hear you.
No, I'm just saying you've dedicated your book to your mum.
Yes, I have. She was so happy to see me win. She was switching between crying and laughing. Every time she saw an interview on Greek TV, every time she saw an article. So she got all that joy before dying. It was great.
No, that's the main thing. I mean, she must have absolutely loved watching you.
Yeah, she loved it. So almost done. I'm sorry about the playing up of the temperatures today. And all we will do is drain it and plate it up because we're ready to go. Jilly, am I delaying you a lot?
That's okay. I'm perfectly fine here. So how are you going to plate this up, Irini? Have you got the puree at the bottom and then the beautiful fish on top, or?
I'm sorry, I think.
How are you going to plate it up?
Oh, how am I going to plate it up? Obviously, we have our emulsion. I have this puree that I made with caramelized shallot. I have a powder that I have made with onions I roasted for a very long time, so until they totally dried. And just a few little bits for really more decoration than anything else. This is, you can see it's an appetizer. Not great because going from 200 temperature down to 170 did not help our cause. The ideal temperature...
It's okay, don't worry. Nobody's going to taste it. We're only going to see it, so don't worry. You can just lie and say it's super crispy.
That's what you do. No, I have to say what I see. Not great. For me, the ideal temperature to get the fish cooked, but not overcooked, and to get it really lovely and fluffy is about 177 to 180 and 83. This went to 200. Then by taking it to the garden, it went down to 170. Oh, not great. But, I quickly pickled some green garlic. This is the white part of the wild garlic.
We've just been joined by our old MasterChef friend Stephen Fordy. Give him a wave.
Oh, how nice! Hi, Stephen.
All the way from Wales.
They are very busy, of course, in Salt Kitchen, doing amazing things.
Yeah, I saw his John Dory dish with clams yesterday. He would have done well in this cook-off.
Oh yes. Well, maybe we do.
We can do a kind of some different nations against each other. We'll do a World Cup of MasterChef.
Oh, won't that be fab? Well, of course, all the 12 of us, the 12 finalists, were going to go to York and cook for a charity for a chef who sadly has cancer. But that didn't work out, did it? And we were going to have so much fun.
Yeah, it's such a shame because when you're on the show, you meet all these amazing people who you have so much in common with, and then suddenly you're scattered to all different parts of the UK, and you miss them. You know, it's such a kindred spirit. Oh wow, this dish is looking incredible.
We made great friendships very fast because we were all very passionate and loved what we were doing. So this
My
is
little brother has just commented that this is no pressure, Jill. This looks amazing. So I should have gone first, maybe.
This is microcale. And the inspiration for this came from Simon Rogan's book. I'm very much into Simon's food at the moment. He does it a little bit differently. I've done it a bit differently. But basically, this is what it is. I'm sorry the food doesn't look brighter and puffier, but technical things go wrong sometimes. Jilly. That's me done.
I tell you what, really, that honestly looks delicious. And the comments that are coming in, everyone thinks it looks fabulous. My whole family are all very excited. My little nephew's wow, Irini. So I'm going to have to impress him.
Bring them all for dinner at Cartmel.
Beautiful. So who's going to eat that tonight?
Who's going to eat it tonight, Jilly asks.
Oh, well, Irini's other half, of course.
Keeping my fingers crossed.
Well, fabulous. Well, you can relax for a few minutes now and just you can watch the chat, and I'll take over, shall I?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Well, I think my dish is probably a touch simpler, maybe a little bit more rustic, but it's hopefully going to be really tasty. I think probably I went to the fish market today, and I just really went for what was, you know, what was fresh and in there. You know, it was from George Campbell Butchers in Perth, and they've been shut for a long while with the coronavirus, and they've just opened this week. So it was great to support a local producer. And I got this lovely fresh sea bass from them today. So I've already made the salsa verde that we're going to serve with it. And I'm going to serve it with just a sauce with some confit tomatoes, some olives, some shallots, garlic, and then have some potatoes with it on the side. So it's going to be pretty simple, really. So I think we'll start, just get the pan on for the fish. So these are my little mobile cooking units. I take these with me if I'm going to do private chefing events at houses and I'm a bit worried about their facilities. If there's an AGA or something that I'm not used to cooking with, I take my little induction hobs with me, and they're actually brilliant. They're relatively cheap, and they can, you know, at least you know what you're dealing with. So in the pan for the fish, just some butter and just a touch of that olive oil again.
When Jilly says simple, but simple, I've had her food, because on the show we don't eat really each other's food, but know what comments she got. But when I was in Edinburgh, I gorged on her food, and oh my god, I love it.
So with the sea bass, I like to I've just put some plain flour and some salt and pepper. I like to just get a little seasoned flour, just to make sure you get that skin really crispy on the sea bass, which I think is really important, because it's such a shame if you cook that fillet and then you waste the skin, because I think it's such a tasty part of it, really. So I've just got the butter and oil going there. I'll get ready for that for the sea bass. And then I've got a second pan on here, and we'll just get a little bit more of the olive oil, which is here. And this is just going to be to make that really simple sauce.
I love sea bass, and it's a fantastic fish because you can serve it in so many different ways, and it can take it.
I think I like as well, really, it can take really strong flavours. You know, some fish you have to be really delicate, but I think sea bass and sea bream to an extent can, you know, tuna, these sort of fishes can really take kind of strong Mediterranean flavours, which I love. So you just get that, just get the shallots going there, and that's just a splash more olive oil. I'm just going to soak in the shallots on here, and just waiting for that fish pan to get nice and hot. I'm just going to do both fillets at the same time. They're reasonably small ones, these, so they're really going to take just moments to cook. And actually, and then the key thing, obviously, with cooking that fish, to get the crispy skin, is just not to move them. You know, in that first little part, when you put them in the pan, it's just to make sure that you just leave it and just allow it to form that skin, and then you can see it cooking up the fish as you're doing it. So the shallots are just cooking off here now. Just get them nice and soft.
Is that beeping noise your end or our end?
Say that again, Irini?
Is there a beeping noise your end?
No, I don't think we've got a noise. I don't know what we're...
People saying that they can't see you because of the comments.
Okay, so I need the shallots here, just nice and gentle. Just put a little bit of garlic in there as well. And don't want to burn that. I put the garlic in second. Obviously, usually shallots first, then garlic a few minutes later. If you put it in all at the same time, the garlic will burn. And this is the pan ready for that fish. I'm just going to put that in carefully. You can see it's just a good temperature. And sometimes you just need to hold that fish down with your hands initially to make sure it doesn't curl up too much. Careful not to burn yourself, of course. And just keeping that fish there.
Darling.
And then it's a sort of two-handed. It's a two-handed sort of job. This I've got one in the fish, one in the sauce. And then I've got these confit tomatoes. So these are just cherry tomatoes. Tomatoes are just so beautiful at the moment. You know, the difference in flavour once you get into the summer months, I think, is incredible. And I just roasted these really gently in the oven, maybe 100 degrees for about an hour. Olive oil, garlic, and they just become really sticky and kind of sweet. So I'm just going to put that in. I've just lost my spatula in there as well.
I love them.
And actually, when I was cooking them, you get this little roasted garlic, and I love to keep this roasted garlic to squeeze into an aioli or use in something that just when you want that kind of mellow garlic taste. So it's just the tomatoes going in there.
To use. I always keep roasted tomatoes like that in the Tupperware, Jilly, in the fridge.
You do them in the fridge, you say, Irini?
I always keep them in the fridge because I throw them in the fresh tomato salad or other things, and they just add that depth of flavor.
Yeah, and you can keep them. I mean, they keep for a long time as long as you submerge them in the oil, isn't it? Sometimes, you know, if you just make sure the oil goes over the top of them, they keep forever, really, don't they? Once they're submerged in that, beautiful.
Yep.
So, just letting the flavours in there. The fish, I'm just getting a bit more heat onto here. You can see, and normally when you're cooking the fish, you can see it around the edges. It starts to cook, obviously quicker, and the skin is starting to brown. And the last, I mean, I'm just going to cook most of it on that side so you get the crispy skin, and literally turn it over for, what, 30 seconds. 30 seconds at most. So, and into the sauce goes some Kalamata olives. For my Greek friend, I use Kalamata olives. And I've just chopped them really roughly. It's quite a rustic sort of dish, really. In they go. And
Some
just
flavor, though.
a little bit more of the parsley. And this just going to go with the... This will just be like a kind of vegetable almost with the fish, I suppose. Now you can see the fish is getting pretty well done now, and you can sometimes have a little peek underneath. Just going to give that a minute or two more, and just make sure I've seasoned that pretty well. Get some salt and pepper on top of there. Okay. Now I've cooked some Jersey oil potatoes, so just because they're so in season just now, and they're beautiful, and there's nothing you need to do with them really apart from just steam them. A little bit of butter and parsley, which I'll do just right at the end once I've got the sauce out of here. And honestly, that is the dish pretty good to go. I mean, I was going to serve some asparagus with this, but I messaged Irini about an hour ago and told her what my dish was going to be, and she sent a message back quite frankly and said, Jilly, I don't think asparagus is the right thing. Leave it off. So, all those little nagging doubts in my mind about the asparagus, she absolutely probably did the right thing. I think maybe some green beans might have been better, but I didn't have any today, so I think we're just going to serve it as is. So, skin's getting there on the fish. Just going to give it a quick blast up there. And just going to get a little bit of lemon to serve.
There's so much color, that mix of tomatoes, and that will all be blended with the potatoes, Jilly.
Say that again, already?
Will that, all that beautiful mix of everything in the frying pan, will that get with the potatoes or not?
Yeah, I'm just going to take the sauce out of there in a second, and then I'm just going to toss the potatoes in that with just a touch of butter and a bit more parsley, and then just serve them as they are.
Lovely.
Yeah. So we're just nearly there with our fish. And the salsa verde, which you made just before, you can see it's just like, it's almost like the texture of a kind of pesto, really. You can just sort of pop around and just leaving that in the pan there, just letting all those flavours go in. Maybe a touch black pepper. Okay, now you can see the fish at the edges has started to cook, and now I'm just going to flip that over, and as I said before, just literally a few seconds. You can see that skin there, you can see the little bubbles there, it's got pretty nice and crispy. And I'm just going to take this sauce out of here while we give the fish just a little bit more time. And that's just a little olive and tomato sauce. Okay. And we're getting that fish off the heat. And potatoes in here just to give them a quick, very quick sort of rumble about in those lovely juices.
Oh, that looks good.
And that fish literally cooked in, what was that, less than 5 minutes, I'd say. And just pop that on the side here. I'm just going to take this one out to rest a little. And then always a little touch of lemon. Just going to go around with a little bit of the salsa verde. And potatoes just warming up here. Bit of parsley. So they just add a couple of minutes in that hot pan, just a touch of butter.
Caroline says this looks awesome.
Beautiful.
It does look so fresh.
And I'm just probably ruined my presentation a little bit there, but just get those potatoes on the side there as well. And that is literally the dish. Super quick. Super quick. Enjoy with a lovely glass of white wine. This is a agave, but it would go with a Sauvignon Blanc from the Loire or something along those lines, something that could stand up to the kind of quite acidic flavours. But for me, that's just a really nice, quick summer fish dish.
That's great, chef. That looks amazing.
Has Irini's other half tucked into the muckfish yet, or is
Come on, say something.
No, sadly not. It'll be cool by the time I get to eat it.
It needs to be photographed first, Jilly.
Say again?
It needs to be photographed first for tomorrow's.
Of course. Nobody's allowed to eat anything in this house until it's photographed either. That's the rules these days, isn't it?
It was so lovely. I so enjoyed our time together. I hope whoever is watching also enjoyed what they saw. And sorry about the tiny mishaps. I think they always happen with technology these days. And
yeah, it's my first go on the Instagram library, so I'm a bit of a novice. Instagranny over there in Cumbria has got it all sorted out. She's done a few now, so I'm glad she she taught me a few tricks on how to do it. Maybe I'll do another one.
yeah, and then I got it on my end. But lots of love to everybody. Thank you so much for watching us.
Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers to everyone. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday evening and have a great weekend when it comes.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Enjoy, G.
Thanks, Irini. Ciao.
Bye. 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 So let's save it to story.